everyone, welcome to the Shenanigans with Treya. We have a special guest today, first guest of the show. Let's go. We have Mikey with us from Seafall. Yay!
Hello.
Welcome.
Hey.
So yeah, I'm really happy that it's a Seafall member who's on the podcast first because I was like, it needs to be a Seafall guest. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's actually talk about Seafall for a little bit because that's where, we became friends. When we made the band Seafall, how did you find out that you were going to be a part of it? And what was your first reaction to like, oh, this is really cool. Like, I'm going to be in a band, you know?
Oh, wow. God, it was so cool. Basically, so like I've been friends with Adam for a long time.
Adam's our drummer.
Um,
Shout out
yeah,
to Adam.
shout out Adam. So basically, we've always like talked about music a lot. And one day he just comes to me and is like, "Hey, you want to be in a band?" Well, actually, Arya came.
Shout out
Arya's our
Aria.
bassist. Shout out Arya came and said, "Hey, you want to be in a band?" And it's
Mm.
just like, "Sure, hell yeah." Apparently, because Adam told him, he was like, "Yeah, Mikey likes music too."
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I got into the band. And like when I first realized that I was going to be part of it, it was so exciting because like my entire life, I've always loved the idea of performing music with other people
Mhm.
because it is fun. And after doing it now, I can tell you it is very fun.
So great, guys. So great. Especially with, like, people that are your friends. I feel like
Yeah.
I fostered some really close friendships through the band that I didn't have beforehand, and I'm just so grateful for the whole chapter of Seafall 'cause, I'm also very similar in the sense that, like, I used to wish that I had other people to collaborate with. I feel like I had so many ideas, and I did put out some solo music, but I was like, "There's so much joy in doing this with other people." I'm just really happy that Seafall came together. Like, Seafall is literally my favorite band ever. Like, not biased, but, like, still.
Yeah, yeah, totally,
Totally,
totally.
totally. What do you think would be your most favorite gig from Seafall?
Ooh, that's tough because there was a lot of them that were, like, memorable for different reasons. I would probably have to say for me personally, it was the Pride Festival. That was really fun.
Yeah, that was fire. I just love how many people showed up for
Mm.
support. It was
Yeah.
great. And if you have a favorite, like, album or song at the moment, what would that be?
I'm liking a lot of different artists at the moment, trying to expand my tastes.
Mhm, diversify.
Fentanyl?
I do actually. Any, like, song on loop from them?
Oh, literally just everything they've made.
That's fire, fire. Anyways, we move on from the band for a little bit. How is the college life? How's your course? What new things are you learning at the minute?
Well, it's a lot at the moment. Our whole kind of structure of work was like very light for the first few months, and then last month just it all piles up. So it's a lot, and I'm just trying to break it down and manage it.
No, I know what you
And
mean. It's kind of like the month of November is just assignments and deadlines, and
yeah,
I don't know, like everyone is so swamped because literally, you know how I came over for reading week, the day
yeah.
like in November, and I came back, and before reading week, my entire flat would be like, I'd see them in the kitchen, we'd be eating together, all of that.
Mhm.
And I came back, literal 2 weeks of just silence. And I'm like, where has everyone gone? Like, it was really creepy. And turns out a lot of them were sick because it's also flu season. And then they were
Yeah.
also swamped with assignments. And then yesterday, for the first time in 2 weeks, everyone summoned into the kitchen. And I was like, this is the kind of time I used to pray for, guys. Like, please don't do that again to me. That was awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, when you went to college, you're doing kind of like a computational slash animation slash art degree. So, do you want to go into like the process of how you've specified in the year that you're in at the minute, or like what kind of process does animation look like from start to finish in a sense, that kind of thing?
Yeah, so the course I'm in is interactive digital art and design.
Mhm.
So when I was kind of like first looking into it, because like I always wanted to do animation, I kind of switched between a few different things, but it was mainly always animation I wanted to do. So when I saw that, I was like, yeah, that sounds like it. I remember first day I was there and we had a programming class and I was like, I have no idea what's going on. And we were coding and I was like, wait, this has nothing to do with anything. What? And
You're like,
then,
what are we coding? Why?
yeah, yeah, like I realized it is like a computer science course. So like it does involve a lot of programming. I've kind of gotten used to it. Like I've understood more about it. So it is very like overwhelming, especially for me, someone who has no idea anything about computers or anything, you know? So it was very overwhelming at the start, but like you kind of get used to it. But in terms of like the art side of it, I've been enjoying it a lot because, you know, we're learning to animate stuff like that, which is really cool. Like I really enjoy doing that.
Yeah, that's really cool. Do you think the computer programming part is meant to help you with like the softwares that you're using or just kind of program visual ideas in a way?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it does definitely like help benefit our the art side of it. I think it's mainly because my course isn't just like complete animation, it's more visual design,
Mhm.
I guess. So that's kind of why there's a lot of technical kind of computery stuff in it.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, there is an interesting interlink between, programming and tech and then towards like the artistic side as well. I was actually just curious, which programming language did you learn or are you learning at the minute?
Well, first year we started with C++. It's not bad. And this year now we've moved on to JavaScript.
Okay, very cool. JavaScript is it do you think it's easier or is it harder than C++?
It's kind of the same, honestly, to me. There's a lot of similarities to it.
Mhm. That's fair. He's
Yeah,
gotten used to
but
the programming, guys. It's great.
I wouldn't say that, but
And are there any, like, animation-specific softwares that are used, like, within your cohort for projects and stuff?
I mean, we've mainly just been using Adobe Animate.
Fire. The
Yeah, so
entire
that's
Adobe suite is fire.
yep,
Yep.
of course it is. But yeah, that's kind of the main one we're using.
Very cool. And does it take, like, a long time? Like, for example, let's talk us through how you kind of think of an idea artistically, and then how long does it take to translate your vision and then processing that on Adobe and then actually finalizing it? Like, how long would that roughly take?
Well, it does depend. You know, obviously, the more complex something is, it'll take longer to do. But, you know, you can kind of simplify it in a way. So, our assignments so far have been stuff like animate a simple head turn or a simple walk cycle. It is a lot to do, but if you kind of design a character that's kind of simple to draw and doesn't take too long, but it's still like visually appealing enough, it can speed up the process a lot. My main thing with art is I love character design. I really want to be a character designer.
Very cool.
So a ton of character designs I've made, and for those projects, I'm like, I kind of go through them and I choose which ones would I not go insane with trying to draw 30 different times. Um, so yeah, just make sure they're simple enough because you know you're going to be drawing them a lot.
So, is it kind of like a frame by frame approach where you draw each action separately and then blend them together? Or is it like starting and ending point and the software does it for you?
It's frame by frame at the moment.
Yeah.
So we draw every single frame one
So
by one.
cool.
And then,
And like the effort as well,
yeah.
like crazy. So you
Oh,
did
yeah.
mention that like you kind of always knew that you wanted to go into art. So is there
Mhm.
any specific like style that you're drawn to within, animation or art in general?
I don't know. I like both traditional, which is like, you know, your typical pencil, paper, and like digital. I like both and I have a lot of experience with both. So my style has always been more cartoony, I guess. I don't really consider myself good at drawing realistically. I've kind of focused in on improving my cartoony style. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool though, because I feel like I also personally kind of go towards the more cartoonish vibe, just because it's more
Yeah.
fun. Like, I feel like
Mhm.
animated figures is like, Disney characters and things like that. They're really cute to look at when you finish drawing as well.
Yeah.
And do you actually have any movies or shows that have inspired your style of like cartoon drawing? Was there a cartoon that you watched that you were like, oh my God, like so cool artistically?
I'm not too sure. I'm trying to think now. I wouldn't say any TV shows specifically,
Hmm.
but maybe different games as I was growing up, just seeing all the like games that have like a ton of different characters with all unique designs and stuff. I always like them. So that's kind of like where I get my inspiration from. I love making like a ton of different characters, each with their own like style and everything, you know.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. So, moving on to the personal side of things, because I remember like when I asked you what kind of vibes you were feeling, you mentioned things about like, identity and mental health and things. So,
Oh, yeah.
what would like your sense of identity like mean to you? And then how do you show up as your most authentic self to the world?
I'm trying to think how I would explain that. Basically, like you always hear in life, like, "Don't care what other people think," you
Mhm.
know? So, it's like everyone says that until you really focus in on that, you know,
Mhm.
and you really start to think like, "I can present myself however I like, and if somebody doesn't like that, then that's their problem."
Preach. Preach. For example, if you can't show up as your most authentic self around people, that's probably not a good sign, you know what I mean? Like, you want to be able to show up as exactly who you are, and then if they judge that, they can just, like, go off, you know what I mean? Like, they don't need to stay
Yeah.
around. And even in terms of, like, mental health, is there anything that you practice specifically, like, daily in terms of, like, mindfulness or anything, to kind of just protect your mental health, essentially?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to get really into it, but I will say I've struggled a lot with mental health. But
Mhm.
one of the things I've actually found that does help that I only actually, even though I've struggled with mental health almost my whole life, I've only actually started doing this recently, which is keeping a journal. And
Yay! He's on the
yeah,
journal side.
we love it.
Welcome.
We love it. And like, just keeping your thoughts and tracking them down and being able to look back on them, it does actually help a lot. It helps kind of organize your mind. We can only really think of one thing at a time, and it's kind of hard to focus on a lot of different things. So having them all saved, written down somewhere is good.
No, I 100% agree 'cause I feel like I've been journaling for a really long time, and it's come to the point where if I don't journal, I will start feeling the thoughts start accumulating, like, quite a lot. Like, I
Yeah.
get overwhelmed if I don't put them down on paper. Like, I preach about journalism to anyone who will listen. I'd be like, "Please start a journal." Like, if you don't have one, it changes the quality of your thoughts and the way that you, like, approach things. It seems to,
Yeah,
like, calm the overwhelmingness of life sometimes in a way, because 'cause you're able to put it down on paper and unravel. It's like a woolen ball that's, like, unraveling, when you
exactly. Yeah,
journal.
that's a great
So,
way of looking at it. Yeah.
yeah, it's just great. Everyone, please journal. Like, it's time to get a journal and start journaling. And also, I used to romanticize it as a teenager. I think the reason I got into it was because I was like, "Oh, when I'm older, like 50, 60, 70 years old, I'm gonna have all these life stories to be able to share or even just read over for myself and be like, 'Oh, I used to think like that when I was younger,'" you know?
Yeah.
And there's something really cute and nostalgic about that. So yeah, I'm really glad that you're journaling. That makes me really happy. I also wanted to play a quick game of rapid fire with you. So I have a few questions
Ooh,
that, first thing that comes to mind, just a little fun moment. Just say whatever
alright.
comes, right?
Yeah.
Number one, what is like a game that you're playing at the moment?
Oh, Risk of Rain Returns.
Do you know what? I actually knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say Risk of Rain. I was like, what? Yeah, that's great. Great. Show or movie that you're watching at the moment?
The Good Place on Netflix.
The Good Place. Adam will be really pleased to hear that. He's
Yeah.
been trying to get me to watch that as well. Is it good?
It's so good so far.
Okay,
Yeah.
I should. The worst band name idea that we considered before
Oh,
Seafall, if you remember.
I'm trying to think of all the of all the ones that we had. I don't actually remember.
Yeah, that is fair. I just remember it because, like, the way we thought of Seafall was I'm pretty sure Arya just sent on random combination of words onto the group chat and we just voted. And I remember one of them being like ribonucleic acid or something.
Yeah, I remember that
Ribonucleic,
one.
just ribonucleic, which I thought was really cool actually. I was like, that's such a
Yeah,
sick
it does
name.
sound kinda cool.
But yeah, Seafall won at the end, guys. That's why we're Seafall. I feel like there was also
Yeah.
something with like dolphins or whales or something in there. Animals.
Cloud-shaped whale or something.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It was
I
weird.
I think the actual origin is literally just Arya just thought the name Seafall is cool.
Yeah, yeah. I actually wanna give credit to Arya because I feel like Seafall, kind of the formation of it and just the name as well, I was like, Arya did a lot of heavy lifting in that department of just, like, our
Yeah.
initial formation of, bringing everyone together. Yeah, absolute fire. But, yeah, next question. What is one item that you absolutely cannot work without? Like, when you're studying or working on anything?
It's it's gotta be headphones.
Headphones? Fair.
Yeah, I feel I concentrate so much better
Mhm.
and focus a lot better when I have, like, something playing in my ears, even if it's not music, even if it's, like, a video or something in the background while I
Okay.
work. It helps a lot. I don't really know.
Is this like are you listening to study music or is it just like a random, talking video or something?
It can be anything, really.
Okay, just something. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. So yeah, if you could only listen to one song for the rest of your life, what would it be? Really hard question, I
Oh, I'm gonna have to go with Bass Demo 6 from
know.
Seafall.
Let's go. Based I was actually concerned that you were gonna say 100 gecs. I was gonna be like, Mikey, come on now.
Oh, wait, yeah, okay, I can pick an 100 gex song. Um,
If you want, but I feel like Base Demo 6 is better,
okay,
objectively.
can I pick 2?
Go ahead.
Base Demo 6 and Money Machine. There you are.
The combination, the absolute combination. My
100 gex.
god. Imagine, like, in the future, your playlist is just gonna be, like, Seafall songs and, like, 100 gecs combined,
It's 100
and
gex,
Adam
yeah.
is probably gonna be in the car, like, crying. Like, "Shut this up." But,
No, I
yeah.
love 100 gex.
No, to be fair, I feel like they have some pretty funny lyrics. I feel like the production is great, but it's like 2 or 3 are great, and then some of them could be really just, like, wild, if that makes sense, in terms of,
Yeah,
like, production, but I appreciate them, like, I do. I would go to a
yeah.
100X concert with you,
Oh,
you know what
that
I
would be
mean? Like,
so
I'd show
fun.
up. I'd show up. Do
D
they actually go on tour?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay, we gotta hunt down the next tour date or something, I don't know. But, yeah, and then a common piece of advice about mental health that you think is overrated
That I think is overrated.
or
Oh.
underrated, actually, if you wanna change that up.
Or underrated? I think for me, I'm going to have to go with underrated is going on walks. I've heard a lot of people say stuff like walking doesn't help me at all with any of that,
Mm,
which, fair enough. It doesn't just instantly solve everything for everybody. That's fine. But like for me personally, when I'm like walking outside and
mm,
just kind of taking in, it feels like a line you'd hear in a movie or something, but it really feels like I'm like, wow, I'm alive, like this
yeah.
is life I'm living. It definitely boosts my serotonin levels, I would
Oh,
say.
yay. No, I think there is something about, like, connecting with nature that even, like, scientifically, they're able to prove that just being outside, fresh air, nature, plants, and all that, and seeing green in general is just, like, really good and, like, calm our nervous system that way. Literally yesterday, I had a really weird retrospective day where I was just, like, thinking deeply about everything. Like, I was thinking about conversations being like, "Oh my god, what is life? What is love? What do human relationships mean to me?" Like, I was having a full on, like, spiraling moment, and I kind of told myself, I was like, "Look, move around, go on a walk, try to move your body to kind of, get all those emotions out of the way as well."
Yeah.
And I think, like, moving in general just really helps kind of getting yourself out of your brain, essentially, if that makes sense, like, out of your thought process, um,
Yeah.
lets you see things from a different perspective as well, which is really cool. So, yeah, as we're coming to the end, is there anything that you're looking forward to? We're at the end of the year anyways, so anything that happened recently that you're really happy about or that you're looking forward to?
Kind of a lot. I'd say two big things would be me kind of discovering more about myself. I'm kind of excited to see where that goes. Second would be, even though it's probably not the end of this year, but Seafall EP.
Seafall EP. You
Yeah.
heard it here first, guys. We have a Seafall EP coming out. It's about due time, honestly, but, I'm really excited. I really am,
Yeah.
'cause yeah. Please listen to our EP when it comes out. You might like it. But yeah,
I
thank
think
you
you will like
yeah, I
it.
think they will. Also, cause like, our sound is very, like, what's the word? Multidisciplinary in a way, like, there's so many
Yeah.
genres in there, it's all of our styles, and I feel like there's something for everyone. So, yeah, and actually, I was listening to I can't drop names, but you know the one that's, like, our most recent one, Mikey? The
Yeah.
one that we performed at Culture Night? I was listening to that, and there were aspects of that song where I was like, "It reminds me of a 2010s, like, TV show." Like, I don't know how to describe it, but, like, the keyboard parts of that,
Yeah.
it's, like, very reminiscent of the 2010s, which I really like.
It does, yeah,
Um,
kinda sounds like
so I
something,
was like
yeah,
I don't know, I feel like they're very vibey songs, and then there's also, like, some mellower ones, but they're really really nice to, like, listen to. So, yeah,
yeah.
that's all our self-promo, guys, for today. But, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I'm so happy that it was a CFAL member, yay.
No
Um,
problem.
and I'll see you anyways pretty soon because we have a gig coming up, Yule Fest. So,
Hell yeah.
yeah, and I'll see you later. Also,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna stop recording actually.